this is Mike from the Pro Group. Welcome to our tutorial on using the Google Website Optimizer with Joomla 1.5. If you're not familiar with the Website Optimizer, it allows you to take better advantage of the traffic that you have. For years, many of us have been trying to build traffic, get more visitors in, and at the same time we might be seeing 2 to 5% purchase. In fact, the average is 0.5% to 1.5%, which means that 98-99% of our visitors don't buy our product or sign up for our newsletter or register with our site. So how do we capture more of that 98%? In this demo, we're selling a color pencil set. People search the internet looking to buy color pencil sets, and they would wind up here through organic search or whatever method we use to get visitors to visit our site. They would then click add to cart, and eventually, once their credit card has been charged, they will wind up on this thank you page. So our goal really is to get visitors to this page from this page. So we want to find out what kind of changes we can make here. In this example, I'm going to be testing various headlines, and I'll change the image around a little bit. The first thing we do to create our experiment is to sign in to Google Website Optimizer. So we'll first create our new experiment. I've found, and a lot of people will recommend, using multivariate experiments. Really, the only time I use the A/B experiment is if I'm testing serious layout changes, like a new template. I can change all the content on the page with the multivariate experiments. A/B experiments, a user will come to our page. The Google script, in many cases, will redirect them to a second or third page. So there's a lag. For this demo, we will create a multivariate experiment. So we know what our experiment is. We click I've completed the steps above, and then click create. We have to name our experiment, and we'll name it tutorial multivariate experiment. Next, we identify our test pages. So I'll switch over to the test page, highlight the URL and copy that back to Google Website Optimizer, and that's our test page. Our conversion page, which is our goal, we do the same. We copy the URL into Website Optimizer and click continue. We select that your webmaster will install and validate the script, and then copy that, and then we go over to our site. Go into the Pro Group Optimizer Pro and create your experiment. Click new. We'll name our experiment the same thing, tutorial multivariate experiment. Paste the web team URL and click create. So we've created our experiment. On the left we have our tags. We're doing a multivariate experiment, so the first thing we'll do is to tag our conversion page. The tags, we can add the tags anywhere we want on the page. Next, what we do is we mark our sections. So we cut and paste the test page section start. We go into our test page, and here we paste the section start. Click back over to the Pro, copy the test page section end, go back over, and we're just testing this heading, so we paste it. We'll call this heading. Next, we're going to change the pencil image. For this, because it's difficult on the screen, we'll go into HTML mode, and this is the default editor. We find the reference to the image, which is here. Add our start tag. Cut and paste our end tag from earlier. And put that at the end of the image. We'll call this pencil picture. And click update. So we have a section called heading and a section called pencil picture. And we save that out. We've added our tags, saved our content, and then we can choose to publish the experiment. The experiment is now published on the Joomla side. We go back over to Google Website Optimizer and click Check Status. Google checks everything out. It's working fine. We click Continue, and here's our new multivariate experiment. Remember, we named two sections, heading and pencil picture, and Google knows that because it pulled it in from the page. So we can create some variations. Let me create two variations on the heading. We'll call this Fantastic and click Add. So we're testing the heading Fantastic color pencil set, and we click Save. Let's add a second variation. We'll call this Unbelievable. We highlight the word awesome and change it to unbelievable, and click Save. Google shows us that we have two page sections, heading and pencil picture, and a total of 3 combinations, original, fantastic, and unbelievable. We're going to add another variation to the image, left, and click Add. Remember, on our test page, we have a picture of the pencils pointing up, and we'll test to see whether if the pencils point to the left, it makes a change in. So I have another image set up for the test. That's called left, and we'll click Save. All of a sudden our total combinations have doubled. Why? Because we have 3 using the original image and another 3 using the new image left. Google gives us a review. Make sure that your test page is the multivariate. You can click these links and bring those pages up to test them. Here Google lets us decide how much traffic is going through the experiment. If you want it done fast as possible, you would send all of your traffic through. If you've got a good amount of traffic and you're worried about losing sales, the potential of losing conversions, we can lower that. You can send half of your new visitors through the experiment. So the other half will always see the original, and the new half is split among the 6. Auto-disable losing variations is a very nice feature. When you turn that on, Google will automatically disable variations that it knows are doing poorly. Next you have experiment notes, so I'll put some notes in there. Before starting the experiment, we want to preview and make sure that it's working. So we click Preview, and we get this preview screen. And this is the original, so we have awesome color pencil set, and the pencils are pointing upward. Here we have all of our various combinations, or we can test the 3 headings individually in the image. So let's look, make sure the left pointing pencils are working properly. And yes, the pencils point to the left. Let's look at the alternative headings too. Fantastic is coming up, and we'll look at unbelievable. We look good here, so let's close this out. We're ready to launch our experiment. So we click Launch. Now we're done, and our experiment is running on the site. We can look at our report. In this case, we just started, so we don't have results. Google suggests that you'll have results in 2 to 3 hours. A lot of people ask how long an experiment takes to run. Obviously, how much traffic you've got coming to your site. If you've got thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of visitors each day, the experiment is going to go by pretty quickly. You're going to start seeing results, and you'll know what's working and what's a loser. If you've got lower traffic, it's going to take longer. There are 2 other factors involved. One is how many combinations you're running. The more combinations, the longer it's going to take. The third is a little bit more vague. If you have one combination which is getting a phenomenal conversion rate, that's going to be clear, and Google is going to be able to sort those out, the winners from the losers, very, very quickly. So there you have it. You're running an experiment, Google Website Optimizer, running on the Joomla 1.5 site. Thanks for joining us, and visit our site